All military aircraft are jaw-dropping, and let's be real, they have to be. Nobody wants their skies guarded by something that looks like it came out of a school art project. But the fighter jets and stealth bombers you've seen are just the surface. It's the super classified ones that are the most intriguing. So join us for today's video as we look at the 15 most secret military aircraft in the world. Number 15. Northrop Grumman, RQ-180. The RQ-180 is what happens when the government stops talking and starts building without posting on social media. This high-altitude, long-endurance stealth drone has never been officially shown to the public. No confirmed photos, no official specs, but its existence is practically an open secret. Developed to replace the SR-71 surveillance role, it was likely born from the failure of the Joint Unmanned Combat Air Systems, aka JUK's project, which was split between the Navy and Air Force in the early 2000s. The Navy took its tech and built the X37B. The Air Force, they went dark, and the RQ-180 emerged from that classified trail. What little we do know suggests it can operate at extreme altitudes, with stealth capabilities built for penetrating heavily defended airspace. Its likely base of operations, Area 51 or Edwards Air Force Base. While no one's officially admitted to flying it, multiple sightings and budget trails point to it being very real and very operational. It's the spy plane that exists between the lines. Number 14. TR-3B Black Manta. Whether it's real or just a myth, the TR-3B Black Manta has become a fixture in Black Project folklore. Said to be a triangular aircraft powered by non-terrestrial tech, it's been spotted flying silently over deserts and military zones since the 1980s. No documents, no confirmed missions, but a cult following has grown around its legend. Supposedly developed in deep secrecy by the U.S. Air Force, the TR-3B is rumored to use a highly pressurized mercury plasma system that generates anti-gravity lift. Yeah, we're deep in UFO-adjacent territory here. Officially, the government says it doesn't exist, but so many eyewitness accounts, blurry photos, and leaked intel keep its story alive. The triangular craft people report seeing could be military, could be myth, could be misidentification, but the belief in the TR-3B has outgrown the need for proof. Whether it's a real black aircraft or the Pentagon's greatest ghost story, the TR-3B remains a case study in how silence sometimes says more than confirmation. Number 13. Boeing Phantom Ray. Autonomous air combat was the goal, and Phantom Ray was Boeing's response. This unmanned stealth drone prototype made its first flight in 2011, looking nearly identical in size to traditional fighter jets, but built without a cockpit or a pilot. Its design supported key roles like electronic surveillance, ground strike missions, and even autonomous aerial refueling. Boeing kept the development of this UCAV entirely under wraps until 2009. Interestingly, it wasn't created for any specific military program. Instead, it functioned more like a tech demonstrator, showing what could be possible in future drone warfare. The aircraft's bat-wing shape and low observable materials were crafted with stealth in mind, and although it hasn't entered service, much of its tech has likely already been funneled into next-gen projects. Phantom Ray is less about what it did and more about what it taught. It proved that stealth, autonomy, and combat versatility weren't just features to be tested, they're expectations for future war machines. Number 12. Lockheed Martin SR-72. The old version, the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird, is good but not as good as this. The Lockheed Martin SR-72, often nicknamed the son of Blackbird, is an ambitious next-gen hypersonic aircraft under development in the US. This isn't just about secrecy, it's about speed that leaves everything else in the dust. Set to replace the legendary SR-71, this aircraft is designed for high-altitude reconnaissance and intelligence gathering. What makes it terrifyingly impressive is its projected hypersonic capability, flying at speeds exceeding Mach 6, whether piloted or autonomous. While a test vehicle is rumored to take flight in 2025, details are buried in layers of military silence. It's not just fast, it's meant to outrun and outthink any threat in the air. With no existing aircraft capable of matching this kind of velocity, the SR-72 isn't just a successor, it's a reset button for aerial espionage. The moment this thing takes off, it'll usher in an entirely new chapter of stealth surveillance, and if that doesn't keep rivals awake at night, nothing will. Number 11. Aurora. Aurora is either the greatest stealth aircraft never built or the greatest military bluff in history. Rumored since the mid-1980s, Aurora was believed to be a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft developed by the US to replace the SR-71. But here's the kicker. No confirmed photos, no flight footage, no official recognition. The only real clue, a line item in a 1985 US budget document allocated $455 million to a mysterious black aircraft program. That single mention lit up every aviation nerd, defense analyst, and conspiracy theorist. Some believe it flew test missions at mind-bending speeds. Others claim it never existed and was just a code name for the B-2 Spirit. Lockheed's former Skunk Works chief insists it was just budget jargon. And yet, decades later, the name Aurora still haunts classified aircraft forums. Whether it was smoke and mirrors or real black ops tech, one thing's clear, something spooked the Soviets. And in the world of military psyops, sometimes belief is more powerful than proof. Alright guys, now let's head over to number 10. Boeing Bird of Prey. Just look at that. Unmistakably alien in appearance, the Bird of Prey was Boeing's experimental stealth craft from the 1990s, and it looked like something straight out of a sci-fi storyboard. Its primary role wasn't combat, it was built to quietly test out advanced materials and shape-based stealth tech. With curved wings and a blended body, this thing practically disappeared from radar and didn't even need expensive stealth coatings to do it. The aircraft's name was a nod to the Klingon warships from Star Trek, which was fitting, considering how futuristic the whole thing seemed. Every detail was classified during development, and even after its existence was made public, much of the aircraft's purpose remained unclear. What we do know is that Bird of Prey influenced the design of future military planes, including those we'll likely never see outside black projects. It flew only a handful of missions but left a lasting mark on stealth innovation. You don't need weapons to make an impact, sometimes you just need to vanish like D.B. Cooper. Number 9. BAE Systems Tyrannis. Named after the Celtic god of thunder, Tyrannis represents Britain's leap into the realm of stealth drone warfare. Developed by BAE Systems, this unmanned combat aerial vehicle wasn't just built to fly, it was designed to think. Controlled remotely but capable of autonomous operations, Tyrannis can carry out strike missions, evade detection, and gather intel, all while linked to command centers via satellite. What makes it especially unnerving is its ability to function independently, analyzing threats and executing decisions mid-flight. It's also not bound by borders. Intercontinental reach was part of its blueprint from day one. First revealed in 2010, it completed its maiden flight in 2013, though the UK government kept most details locked away. Tyrannis wasn't intended for immediate deployment, it's more of a technology demonstrator. Still, the data gathered from its development has already been funneled into Britain's next-gen air combat initiatives. This drone may not be patrolling the skies today, but its fingerprints will be all over the stealth aircraft of tomorrow. But let's be real, this thing is the stuff of World War III. Number 8. Shenyang FC-31 Falcon. If there are words to describe this aircraft, they would be freaking insane. The FC-31 Falcon, also labeled as J-31, or occasionally F-60 in some circles, is a Chinese prototype stealth fighter developed by Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. Unlike the J-20, which is a government-led project, The FC-31 was built as a privately funded endeavor aimed at both domestic use and international export. It's smaller, sleeker, and looks eerily similar to the F-35, drawing speculation about where certain design inspirations may have come from. Originally shown off in 2012, the aircraft has since undergone multiple design revisions, with updated engine housing, enlarged tail fins, and refined stealth shaping. It's designed to carry a versatile mix of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons, all housed internally to maintain radar invisibility. The FC-31 may not be part of China's frontline air force yet, but it's reportedly being tailored for naval deployment aboard future Chinese aircraft carriers. While the J-20 draws the headlines, the FC-31 quietly represents China's second stealth platform and one potentially built for global customers. Number 7. Sukhoi Su-57, Felon. This isn't just Russia's answer to the F-22 Raptor, it's their entire stealth strategy wrapped into one aggressive-looking airframe. The Su-57, also known as Felon in NATO circles, is a twin-engine multi-role fighter designed for air dominance and precision strike. It's the first Russian jet to fully incorporate stealth, supercruise, and advanced avionics all in one. Its design emphasizes agility, high-speed engagement, and radar evasion while carrying an internal weapons bay large enough to hold a significant payload. Development kicked off in the late 1990s under the PKFA program, but production was plagued by delays, structural issues, and budget overruns. The first prototype flew in 2010, yet it wasn't until 2020 that operational units were officially delivered. Russia claims it plans to field over 70 by the early 2030s, but so far, numbers remain limited. Regardless, the Su-57 is a clear shift from brute force air power to strategic stealth, though whether it can match the West's 5th-gen dominance remains up for debate. Number 6. KF21 Borame. The KF21 Borame, which basically means hawk, in the Korean language isn't just South Korea's boldest defense project. It's one of the most advanced aircraft ever produced by a country outside the traditional aviation powerhouses. Developed by Korea Aerospace Industries (KAI) in collaboration with Indonesia, the KF21 is a multi-role fighter aimed at replacing older fleets like the F-4 and F-5. Although technically a 4.5 generation aircraft, it's designed with stealth shaping and future-proof architecture, allowing for internal weapons bays in later versions. The first prototype was revealed in 2021 and took to the skies in 2022, with full production expected by 2026. South Korea plans to deploy at least 120 units by 2032, while Indonesia also intends to integrate the fighter into its own air force. The program represents a new level of defense independence for both countries. With solid funding, international partnerships, and impressive early test results, the KF21 is already turning heads, and it might just become the export-ready fighter that redefines global military balance in the next decade. Number 5. Boeing X37B Orbital Test Vehicle. The Boeing X37B isn't just mysterious, it's orbital. This unmanned spaceplane belongs to the U.S. Space Force and looks like a miniature space shuttle with a serious attitude. It's not designed to carry astronauts but to perform ultra-secret missions in orbit, often lasting over a year without returning to Earth. First launched in 2010, the X37B's true purpose remains classified. Publicly, it's said to test new tech, ion thrusters, advanced materials, etc., but the real agenda, nobody outside the Pentagon knows for sure. The X-37B launches like a rocket, orbits Earth like a satellite, and lands like a plane. Its ability to repeatedly re-enter Earth's atmosphere without burning up makes it one of the most advanced reusable aircraft systems ever. This thing isn't science fiction, it's operating right now. It's the quiet face of militarized space, and while the missions stay top secret, the message is loud: space is no longer off limits to war tech. So, what do you think about it? Well, drop your comment below. Now let's move to number 4. Dissult Neuron. This is what every single county wants. Developed through an international collaboration led by France's Dissult Aviation, the Neuron is Europe's stealthy answer to next-gen combat drones. This unmanned combat aerial vehicle isn't built for show. It's a flying lab meant to test how stealth drones can function in real-world combat scenarios. The project pulled in brainpower and funding from 6 countries: France, Italy, Sweden, Spain, Greece, and Switzerland. The aircraft is equipped for autonomous missions, with the ability to deliver laser-guided bombs and operate in high-threat environments without human pilots on board. What makes it stand out is how smooth it flies. No vertical stabilizer, a blended fuselage, and clean edges for maximum radar avoidance. The goal wasn't production, it was evolution. Every test flight provides real data that shapes the future of stealth UCAVs across Europe. Think of the Neuron as Europe's test bed for the 6th-generation war machine. No hype and no weapon sales, just pure research to make sure they're not left behind in the future arms race. Number 3. Mikoyan SCAT. Number 2. Mikoyan MiG-31 Foxhound. Built to chase and kill speed itself, the MiG-31 Foxhound is still one of the fastest operational military jets on the planet. Developed by the Soviet Union in the 1970s as a response to high-altitude threats, it was an evolution of the MiG-25 Foxbat with significant improvements in avionics, weapon systems, and all-weather capability. It carries long-range missiles that can engage targets over 200 kilometers away and is capable of intercepting cruise missiles, stealth aircraft, and even satellites under certain conditions. Russia has kept it in service for decades, updating the aircraft with modern radar, cockpit tech, and extended airframe life. As of now, the MiG-31 is expected to remain in active duty until at least 2035, an insane lifespan for a jet built at the tail end of the Cold War. The Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, often just called the B-2 stealth bomber, remains one of the most iconic and intimidating aircraft ever built. Developed during the Cold War, it was designed to sneak through heavily defended airspace without ever showing up on radar. First produced in the late 1980s, it's still active in the U.S. Air Force's arsenal today, proof of just how far ahead of its time it was. This heavy strategic bomber has long-range strike power, a massive payload capacity, and precision weaponry that can cripple targets with surgical accuracy.